One of the many things that makes people think of atheists as cold people rather than honest, trustworthy people is that we take away the comfort provided by religion. When I hear this plea for mercy as I think of it, the first thing that pops into my head is a realization that these people have just, perhaps unwittingly, conceded to me that the religion is nothing more than a fraud and that it's just a source of hope for some people if nothing else. I don't know where to start addressing this worthless, pitiful, absurd issue. My first desired reaction is a sharp and derogatory admonition to the weak-minded, hollow-hearted, imagination-lacking people who need religion for comfort. I want to smack them in the head and say, this world is as it is. We have neither control nor dominion over it. It has dominion over us. And there's nothing we can do about that. It's just something we have to face. And the sooner we do, the better we'll be able to live our lives. The comfort people get seems to lay in two things. The ideology of not wanting to be unimportant and wanting to know that everything will be okay. People want to be part of a greater scheme. Everyone wants to feel important. For most people, the lonelier they are, the easier it is to get sucked into religion. People want to believe that there's more to them than just going to work and paying bills and being plain and boring. When they see stars on TV, they realize that they're not important. So they rely on the myth that later on in heaven, they'll finally be important. Guess what? Most of us are plain and boring. There are only a few stars on the major stage. The rest of us can't be and shouldn't want to be them. If we all had our way and we were all stars, there would be no fans, so none of us would actually be stars, get it? Be who you are and accept it, or work to be better if you need to. But you have to realize that wanting to believe there's something bigger in store for us doesn't actually make it so. If you use the idea of God in heaven as a reason to be okay with your dull life, you're not actually bringing God and heaven into existence other than in your own little mind. Even if there was a heaven, with all the billions of people in it, do you think you'd have a chance at sticking out? The other thing is, people want to know that everything will be okay. Mommy got killed in a plane crash? It's okay, you'll see her again in heaven, provided she didn't vote for a Democrat that was for gay marriage, in which case mommy's in hell. Drunk driver killed your uncle while he beat the court case? Don't worry, God will make him pay for it in the end. Provided he wasn't a Catholic, in which case he probably confessed his sin to a priest who forgave him without consulting the victims. 7-year-old daughter died of cancer. Well, she was a pure and precious flower, and God picked her early to be with him. I love that one. It shows how much God cares more about himself than your feelings. Doesn't God have enough children up there? What's one more to him? And why didn't he take that big fat pig Jerry Falwell at age 7, instead of letting him grow up and get away with hurting the families of many dead people with his reprehensible words and grotesque existence? The only comfort that religion provides is a nice warm blanket in the middle of a gunfight in the Antarctic. It's like the ostrich that buries its head in the sand to feel safe, which, by the way, is not something an ostrich actually does. It's all false hope. Covering your eyes to keep from seeing something terrible occur doesn't stop the occurrence. Some people think this is mainly Christians I'm talking about, and that devout Muslims enjoy living in extensive hardship. Well, they do, but only for the selfish desire of getting to have extensive luxury in the next world, or at least to stay out of hellfire. Most of the Muslims we see acting courageous enough to kill themselves for God are actually selfish bastards who want the virgins, the wine, the grapes, the pillow-covered floors, or whatever it is they're delusional enough to think they're getting. It's the same for them, that they feel comfortable. They feel comfortable in thinking that they know that this dirty, impoverished, painful, and bleak life that they are living now is not all there is. That's what keeps them going. And again, to them I say, wake up and enjoy life because it's the only one you're getting. Living in dirt and rags by choice when you're able to live better is a terrible, terrible mistake. I make no apologies for having realized that life is delicate and we get one shot at it, and the outcome is not equal for all people. I wouldn't feel worth the bacteria that reside all over my body if I lied to people about it. Someone asked me very angrily why I would be so cold as to reveal the truth about religion when I know it would take away the comfort it provides from about 90% of the people in this world. That's a very stupid question. If you get diagnosed with cancer and you go to see an oncologist about it, would you like him to lie to you and tell you that you'll be fine when you're really going to die in a few months? Would you like your car mechanic to tell you your brakes are fine only to have you not be able to stop at 60 miles per hour on the highway? I guess you're going to want to amend the Constitution to force people to ask you if you want the truth or a warm fuzzy before telling you your diagnosis. The comfort you speak of, it's imaginary, fake, false. It doesn't actually mean God exists just because you believe in it. And most of all, it's a fraudulent part of a bigger money-making scheme. And the more comfortable you feel, the worse you've been had.